Hey everyone, it's Horfany, and today we're going to talk about a common question that we get all the time, which is...
Are your babies going to be vegan?
The answer is yes. So people ask us, well, why would they be vegan? Don't they need meat? And the reality, guys, is, as we always talk about, you don't need to eat meat to be healthy and all those things. That's just how we've been conditioned and all the marketing, and obviously there's a lot of money to be made from the meat industry. And so over I don't know how many years now, hundreds or thousands of years, we've been seeing like commercials, not for thousands of years for the commercials, but for many decades, about the benefits of protein and all this stuff, but it's really not true.
Yeah, and also we've always been told that we need milk for our bones to be nice and healthy, and kids need to drink a lot of milk, and we've done our own research, and I think that's key for anything that you choose to do. Don't go by what others say, what you see in the news. Always remember there might be another motive. There might be either like the TV channel or whoever it is that's reporting that may have kind of like stocks or shares in either the milk or the dairy industry or the meat industry, whatever it may be. And so it's a choice that we made because we want to make sure that our kids are at the best health possible. Some people have their 2 cents to give even when you don't ask them, but to each his own. We are choosing, to kind of do what we feel, is right for us and for our family. And so that's one of the choices we've made.
Yeah, so when our babies are old enough, we plan to take them to like animal rescue, what do you call them again?
Sanctuaries.
Yeah, like the sanctuaries, to be able to make that connection, because it does make a difference when you go there and you play with the various beautiful animals and you're able to make that connection of how that we've been conditioned that this is food instead of like that they're friends or like family. And we're gonna teach them that from a young age so that they can make the connection and be able to understand that correlation.
Yeah, and there is like a lot of power in actually seeing where it is your food comes from. A lot of the times like, oh, it's just chicken or it's just a piece of steak, but like the behind the curtains, like what did that animal go through, the conditions it lived in, to what's injected, and then so there's a lot more to it than it's just a piece of meat. And I think for a lot of us, especially me, we both grew up in LA, and unless we went to visit back home in El Salvador, I never saw like a farm or petted animals. It wasn't a thing. So I think kind of bridging that is very important, and kids kind of see whether it's something they're gonna want to do. So again, we're gonna bring up our kid as vegan, and then when he or she gets to the age of deciding whether it's for her or for him, then they can make a decision of their own.
And when people talk about that you need meat and that we've been eating meat for I don't know how many years and this whole cycle of life thing, just imagine if we were really carnivores, kind of like a lion, we would go and hunt like animals and eat them just like that. You wouldn't actually have to cook it and season it and do all take them through that whole process. If we were really designed to eat meat, you would just eat it raw. You know what I mean? But we're not. And
or even eat him.
Yeah, he's our
It's
friend.
like if they brought him, it's like, oh, eat him. He's meat.
Yeah, it's crazy because in some countries, like what in the U.S., for example, what a chicken is to us for food, in other countries a dog is to them for food. So it kind of just depends. Like had you grown up in a different country, you'd be eating like dogs and cats, but maybe not pigs and cows. Like when we went to India, we were amazed at their respect level for cows. Cows are roaming around in the streets publicly as if they were a dog or a cat, and you better not touch that cow because you'll go to jail. Like for them, it's they respect them to this whole other level. But here, like we slaughter them. You know what I mean? So the culture is so different. So it kind of just depends on where you grew up, and that would determine the meat that they're going to feed you, based on like values, beliefs, and what they're able to monetize the most.
Yeah, so again, we just want to make a short video of one of the questions we get asked a lot and kind of our reasoning behind it, as well as it's okay not to be conventional, we plan on doing homeschooling. Like there's a lot of things we've kind of already discussed that are not the norm, but it's okay. Like, there's still a lot of things we do that people are like, oh, but that's not how it's done. And I'm like, well, that's okay. That's not our journey. That's not what we're choosing to do. So definitely be okay with, having your own journey and doing your own thing. And at the end of the day, you're living that life. So that's what's important too.
So that's about it for today, guys. So go ahead and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Horfany, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.